I was debating whether I should be making those videos during the hard times that we are passing through right now with the coronavirus, with people dying, with people testing positive for the virus. It seems like people do not care. We are getting more business now than we were before the coronavirus, and everybody is knocking on the door. We do have the lights on in the shop, but if you look here, the gates are closed. The front door is open. What people are doing, they're opening the door and then swinging the gate open. I mean, the gate is closed for a reason. I do not know why people do this. We have a customer. Look at the customer. Look. He's speaking inside. Look. He's speaking inside. He's gonna open the door. Look at this. Look at this. He came in to drop a phone. I kept my distance. I gave him a basket to put the phone in. And from far, I took his name and number. And this is what I'm saying. People need to stay away. They need to stay away from each other. They need to either stay home or keep a large distance. It's not worth it. Let's say this guy had the coronavirus. He came in here. Just by breathing within a distance, I can catch the coronavirus. And I pass it on to my wife, my kids, my parents, so on and so forth. My parents, they pass it on to somebody else. And it goes on and on. Like a few weeks ago, I was listening to the news and kids were on their spring break on the beach. They were having fun and they were laughing about the coronavirus. Today on the news, 40 of those people, they have coronavirus. I do not know why the ignorance. I do not know why people are not taking it serious. The reason I'm in the shop here is because it's the same as being home. I'm not taking customers in. So instead of me sitting home doing nothing, I sit at the shop and I close the gate. I finish the work that I have to do in the shop here. I'm not here full time. A lot of people are calling and leaving messages. I'm not answering everybody. When I'm at the shop, I answer calls. When I'm not at the shop, I'm not answering calls. But if you have any questions, just use the contact us form on our website and I'll get back to you on your request as soon as possible. So I just wish everybody would stay home for 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 1 month, and we would get rid of something called the coronavirus. But if people keep interacting with each other, it's gonna be month and month and month before we get rid of this virus. I mean, I wish I can stay home and not worry about the stuff that we have to fix, but customers are relentless. They keep calling and calling and calling and calling. If I open up my email now, I have over 200 messages from customers, either asking about the repair status or asking questions or price inquiry or whatever the case may be. I go home and I sit for a good 1-2 hours just to respond to everyone here.
Hi there. I have a Lenovo laptop that I think I'm going to need a new keyboard.
Okay.
There may or may not have been like tequila spilled on it. Just saying.
Okay. Is it was it liquid damaged? Anything happened to the keyboard?
Well,
So it's good. Customer has a Lenovo 720 laptop with a bad keyboard. I told her that we can take your payment over the phone and then we can order the part for you. When we get the part, I'll call you to bring your laptop here. She drops it off and then she can pick up same day. This is the Lenovo 720 15 IKB. Okay, so I'll send the invoice and we can proceed with the repair. Here we have an iPad Pro 12.9-inch motherboard. It was mailed in to us along with the Charging Flex cable so we can solder it. Customer already removed the board and it was sent to us like this along with the tablet. And customer mentioned that one of the pads is missing from the board. So let's take a look and see. This one here. And the good news is this pad is not needed. The reason is all those pads, 1, 2, 3, 4, are connecting to each other. So we already have those 3 and no need to restore this pad. Let's put the meter in continuity mode. You see? Let's add some flux. Okay, so if we look here, I aligned the window with this copper dot here, and I did the same thing here. Now that the window is aligned properly, the 2 windows, we can start by applying solder. I'm just randomly applying solder so we can hold that flux cable down in place. And now, as you can see, the flux cable is held in place. Now we can apply flux, use a bigger tip, and spread solder all over. The other way to do this is to pre-apply solder onto the pads, and then we can press the flux cable on top of the solder, and solder will come out of the hose and make a good connection. So it can be done in several ways. I'm going to use a smaller tip. As you can see, I have a lot of flux, so the joints or the pads will come out good. And that's it, the job is done. Let's clean up. The flex cable is soldered, as you can see. And what I also want to do is do a final checkup on the rest of the motherboard to make sure there's nothing else wrong, because usually for a lot of people, when they change screens on iPad Pros or any iPad, they end up blowing something. So I just want to make sure everything is good before we mail it to the customer. And look at this. Look at this. We have a blown component. It's not even on the board. And this is responsible for the display, the backlight. And we have one that's responsible for the touch. And we do quick measurement. Meter in continuity mode. Good. And this is good. So we need to replace this blown filter here. Okay, we have a little bit of a pad left, and this is the 201 filter. Both the 201 filter and the 1005 filter can be found on our website for those who do these type of repairs. Okay, the filter is soldered on nicely, and we're gonna test to see if you have a continuous path. Oh, the meter is off. Okay, so we're gonna test to make sure we have a continuous spot between here, and we do. What I'm going to do is use the TriStar tester to test if we have a good connection, if the charging port has a good connection. And we have a pass. Awesome. Press and hold the power button. Yes, it's on. Tablet is fixed and everything is good. Customer was probably not aware that there was a blown filter that is responsible for the display or backlight. It's a good thing I noticed it. I always check everything on the board to make sure everything is good before I mail it over to the customer. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and we'll do something else in the next video.